Hello and welcome back to me. Assalamualaikum and selamat petang to the viewers. My name is Tajul Ashikin bin Ishak and I'm a HD5 student and I will be representing our company's description. As you can see from the screen, our company name is Md Suriyah BR21110121. That is the company that based on agriculture, but more specifically into agricultural residues from Malaysia. Products from Md Suriyah BR211101 are more focused on corn residues and changing into biofuel, that is ethanol, that can be used as medicine, as biofuel, and preparing organic compounds. This product that our company wants to introduce can be useful for using the whole parts of the corn instead of discarding it around and causing pollution for the farmers, and also induce other business opportunities for the farmers. Besides, the farmers can sell the corn, they also can sell the residues. Okay, next slide.
Assalamualaikum and very good morning to Dr. Askari and all my friends. So today I would like to present about way to encounter the problem faced by bioenergy called ethanol. So before we go through to the main point, let's introduce our organization chart. So for CEO, we introduce our CEO, Ashikin bin Ishak, and then this is me as manager production, Faizah with Md Suriyah, and then the last one, the pretty lady in positions manager marketing, Alleyna, Alexsius. So, what is the objective of our company? So basically, our objective in our company is to reduce emission during combustion of biofuel, and then to produce the source energy that can renewable and environmental friendly, and then the last one is to reduce unused agriculture waste. So let's go through at this point, way to encounter the problem faced. So corn undergoes several steps of processing before it's ready for fermentation for ethanol production. So it's divided into the 4 processes. So the first one is milling. So milling we have divided by 2. Is it dry and wet milling? And the second one is scarification. And third one is fermentation, and the last one is purification. So this is the flow chart. How the corn become to the ethanol. So firstly, we go to the factory or the grain storage, and then we go to the milling for the scratch or blending, and then we cook it at the high temperature, and then we go to the liquefaction or saccharification, and then we do fermentations. This is distillations, or we want to get pure oil. This distillation divided by 2. Is it you want to make it from or keep it on the storage, or you want to make it into the soil, dry, and then to feed into the market. So basically, I will explain more about this step to the next slide. So this is milling. So like I talked before, milling divided by 2. This is for dry and wet milling. So for raw material, before that, the difference of dry and wet milling is for dry milling, it's more to manual or traditional way. So for the wet milling, it's more to conventional or modern way. Okay. So for the first one is raw material. So for raw material for dry milling, we usually just use a stock of corn only. We doesn't use any kinds of solutions or anything. So the second is solution use. Basically, in the traditional way, we doesn't request or use any solutions. So the 3 point is process involved. So for the milling, the corn will crush and blend into the flour form, and then we will mix it with water to form a mesh form. And then for the scarification, we will the mesh from this process we will add with a thermophilic enzyme such as amylase, and then we cook it at a higher temperature. So for that process, we call it a scarification process. And then for the incubation, when the starch already smooth, we will incubate it with thermostable alpha to form the string. And lastly, we incubate it in a low temperature with surrounding around 50 derajat Celsius with enzyme glucose amylase to form sugar. Okay, and then we can go through with the next point is wet milling. So how wet milling do their work? So basically, for the soft kernel corn, that means we will soak the kernel with a solution aqueous sulfur dioxide, and this process we call it a step process. And then after we do a step process, we extract it to get the high volume of oil of corn oil. Okay, and then the corn product will continue process and fine grinding and the starch separation. Okay. So fermentation. So this is the three process. So fermentation is this add to the end of product in both dry and wet mill. Means yeast will be add the sugar and starch. That means, as you can see, this is a final product, sugar and starch. So sugar and starch, we will add yeast. Okay. So this one, and then reason it's add because the reason why we add yeast because we want to make ethanol and several co-product. Okay, this one, and then for this corn to ethanol, basically they have a several microorganisms that help in this process. So the microorganism that involved in this process is Saccharomyces cerevisiae, and then the Xylomonas mobilis, and then the famous and the large commonly used in fermentation of corn to ethanol is we basically use this microorganism as Cerevisiae. Okay. So for the last point is purification. Okay. So purification, ethanol produced in fermentation process were distilled. So it means ethanol and co-products yang terhasil from fermentations akan disuling to separate pure ethanol. Okay. So this means for these 2 points they combine, means Ethanol and co-product dihasilkan daripada fermentation, which means the past the previous process, and then we will suling untuk menghasilkan pure ethanol. So actually this purification is more to get the pure ethanol. Okay. And then the 3 point is the stillage will be centrifuged to separate the solution and the solid, and then the solid later dry and used as animal feed. So basically untuk lebihan atau untuk lebihan ethanol ni ia dipanggil sebagai stillage juga. Dan ia akan di-centrifuge untuk hasilkan cecair dan juga pepejahan. So, pepejahan yang terenak dalam centrifuge tu ataupun pepejahan yang tertinggal yang masih ada dalam centrifuge tu, dia akan dikumpulkan and then dia akan dikeringkan untuk dijadikan sebagai makanan haiwan.
Okay, back in me again, and I will be talking about availability of this engineering technology in Malaysia's environment. What does it mean? How available or how much it is introduced in Malaysia? So, in Malaysia, the availability of this engineering technology in Malaysia environment is pretty significant. This is because there are 22 biofuel plants in Malaysia. That's quite a lot, with a total of production capacity of 2,762,000 tons per year. That's quite a lot. However, only 19 plants are currently in operation with total annual production of 906,153 tons per year. This is because our government has plans for this biofuel, but the plan was cancelled because the plan is supposed to be arranged at 2020, but because COVID attacked us. But Malaysia is a resourceful country in biomass because there are many residues that can be converted into biofuel and be used in biofuel industry. And because of this engineering technology is still relevant and has a bright future as a renewable source of energy. Okay, next.
Now I'm going to present about machine involved and how does it works. So firstly, this is a corn stalk pellet machine, and there is a lot of process when doing a pellet. Firstly, we do preparation. We need to gather the corn stalks before doing anything. After that, we're going to dry the corn stalk to minimize the moisture content. Drying it necessary because high moisture content might influence the quality and combustion efficiency of the pellets. After that, the dried corn stalks are placed into grinder or hammer mill. This machine will shred the corn stalk into smaller bits or particles, making them easier to process further. And then the corn stalks are put into pellet machine. The heat and pressure combination weakens the lignin in the stalks, which acts as a natural binder. As a result, it softens lignin, adds to the particles, generating compressed pellets. After doing pelletizing, the corn stalks are put into a cooler and screened to lower the temperature of the pellets and increasing durability. The screening used to remove any fines or large particles, ensuring that the pellet's safety is specified criteria. And the last one is packaging. Then the pellets are ready for packing once they have been cooled and inspected.
Okay, bear with me, and I will be talking about machine specification. Why specification is important to a machine? This is because specification can lead us to how to use the machine, how many hours it can do efficiently, and the parts in the machine that makes it operate, and also to make it easier to repair and maintain. Okay, let's talk about our product machine specification. Okay, as you can see here, in the electrical section, the main drive electric motor has 2 horsepower, can produce around 1,440 rotation per minute and uses 440 volts. Our coolant motor, the thing that cools the machine, use 0.11 kilowatts of power, 2,700 rotation per minute. And the milling spindle, the number of spindle speed, basically the change of speed from 1 to 6 has 6 speeds. And the range of spindle speed can range around 50 until 525 rotation per minute. And the number of feeds the pedals can produce 3. The spindle is milling spindle is basically the thing that crush and makes the cone together, so it's easy to process. And the other dimensions. Dimension means how much space this product consumes. So the floor space that this product requires is 0.55 times 0.925 meters and has the height of 1.5 meters and the coolant tank capacity of 20 liters. Okay, that's all from me for the specification. Thank you. Okay, now we are going to talk about the contributions of this engineering technology to Malaysia. Firstly, it can decrease agricultural residues, especially for parts of corn such as corn stalk and corn husk. And secondly, this also helps in waste management in Malaysia and improves the waste management technology in Malaysia. In addition, for turning the corn parts into more useful biofuels, and also improve waste management. And also giving opportunities for farmers to have a side business in the biofuel industry and not leaving the residues of the agricultural activities to waste. Okay.
Next, I will present the advantages and disadvantages. The first one, advantages: reduction in amount of coal used for power generation, lessen the environment's effect of coal burning, and enhance the air quality, reduce health risks, and climate change mitigation. The second one is production of electricity from renewable resources, which is biomass. Biomass is an organic substance that includes woods, agricultural leftovers, and energy crops, which can minimize our reliance on fossil fuels, contribute to more diverse energy mix, and lower greenhouse gas emissions by using biomass to generate power. And the third one is more efficient to use corn than other crops to make ethanol. As we know, corn is frequently used as a feedstock for ethanol production, and it has certain efficiency benefits over other crops. High starch content, making it easier to convert into ethanol via fermentation methods. Next, the disadvantages. The first one is biomass cost. Fuel costs can be similar with gas. Biomass resources are mostly high cost and it less economically viable, especially when compared to cheaper fossil fuel alternatives. And cost of biomass can be vary based on factors such as availability, area, and economies of scale. The second one, the initial costs are higher. Biomass energy systems sometimes need the installation and maintenance of specialized equipment infrastructure, which may be costly. And the last one is crucial storage management, which it is critical for preserving their quality and preventing deterioration. Biomass resources require appropriate storage facilities to safeguard them from moisture, pests, and decomposition. Thank you.
Conclusion. Production of bioethanol is still costly and nearly the same to normal gas production. And then the advancements and the technology need to be researched to get better yield and faster the process, neither in dry method or the wet method. Okay, so that's all from our company, and thank you.